everybody, Ellen Tanner here, sharing an easy, awesome recipe from my upcoming cookbook, Miami Vegan, Succulence and Sizzle in the 305. Miami Vegan encompasses all the different flavors and fusion of South Florida. We are the gateway to Latin America, to the Caribbean, to the Keys, and all of that can wind up on one plate. So I'm going to show you today some exotic mushrooms with chili and lemon and tomato and tofu. You looking at me funny with the tofu? Tofu is a blank slate. So you can do anything with it and it'll pick up the sauces you cook it with. So we're going to get going with that right away. I just have 6 firm pieces. And olive oil with a little chili and garlic. And while I am preparing my mushrooms, I'm going to give that a brush so the flavors start picking up now. I had a version of this dish many years ago, and it was fabulous. It was at a fabulous restaurant and very chefy, which means it was complicated. And while it was great, I knew it took a whole bunch of line cooks, not to mention a staff to clean it up. I don't have that. So I'm going to give you a way you can get all those big flavors on one simple sheet pan. Sheet pan magic. Okay, so we have brushed our tofu with chili and garlic and olive oil. I'm going to spread some onions around. And I've got these beautiful skinny lemon slices. Skinny is the way to go because you don't want a whole lot of the rind. You want the flesh and you want the contact with the flesh on the tofu. And while I am prepping the mushrooms, this will have a nice chance to have all the juices soak in. These are beautiful exotic mushrooms from Gratitude Garden. We have some baby bellas, which are tough, so I am going to slice them. We have some lion's mane and some other gorgeous varieties, and a shiitake. Some of the more tender ones, like the lion's mane, you can just tear. That's how soft they are. Everything goes in a sheet pan for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. It's much easier than having a prep cook and all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you, Miami, as I say, is a fusion-y place. And so Miami cuisine can mean a whole lot of things, but it always means big and bold because we do not like boring. So that's why I like to dial up the flavors here. And I'm going to roast this. Roasting is kind of amazing. It caramelizes, it brings up the flavors, and so we have some sharp flavors like the chili and lemon, and we have the milder flavors from the mushrooms, but they're very umami, they're very deep and sexy. And so are the tomatoes with it. Going to give this a little more of the chili and garlic, and I'm returning you. No runaways. Edible South Florida and I are very excited about these mushrooms from Gratitude Gardens. So I'm going to share this recipe with them and with you. Little sea salt, And if you got some nice woodsy herbs you can tuck in there, you can do that, like rosemary and thyme. And look, I have them handy right here. That's all there is to it. And you know, it just looks pretty all by itself, but man, when you taste it. Going to pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, maybe give it a stir halfway through, and you're done. And here we are 20 minutes later. I have a friend who is a food stylist, and she could make this gorgeous. But I'm telling you, nature does a pretty good job too. I think this is just beautiful. It smells fantastic. And these mushrooms from Gratitude Gardens, I'm telling you, they are great. Used to be when exotic mushrooms were, only chefs could get their hands on them, or if you were rich. I am neither. But now that we have local growers cultivating them, it makes them accessible to everyone. You can toss this with pasta, it would be great, or serve with whole grains, because March 31st is Whole Grain Sampling Day, sponsored by the Whole Grains Council. So, you know, let's switch it up. But really, I love it over greens. There is nothing to me like a warm vegetable salad. So often, especially in South Florida, we like a salad really bright and cold. But sometimes, especially with something like this, where we've got rich umami flavors with the mushrooms and the tomatoes, warm is where you really get the fullness of the flavors. So I have a nice plate of greens here, some baby spinach. And you can kind of channel your inner stylist by how you place things. I gotta tell you, it's effortless to make this pretty, and it smells so good. And I know it is flavor infused with the chili and the lemon. And you are not even gonna mind the tofu, people. It's got some nice sear on it. And all you gotta do to finish is maybe add a little bit of olive oil to drizzle on, and some lemon juice, and you have a super stylin' warm salad. Big and bold like Miami likes it. And if you want the recipe, look for it in the next issue of Edible South Florida. We love them. Look for it on my website, soulfulvegan.com, and look for it in my upcoming cookbook, Miami Vegan, Succulence and Sizzle in 305. Till next time, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye.